can extend several meters below the surface. It's here the queen lays her eggs, which hatch into fat, helpless larvae, lavishly tended to by workers. Most ants have poor eyesight, but a few have exceptional vision, and the bulldog ant is one of them. And they need their super sight to keep up with the insatiable appetites of their young siblings. Adults feed mainly on honeydew and nectar, but the larvae are carnivorous. The infants signal their hunger by raising their heads. Worker ants on dinner duty leave the nest and hunt alone, using their large eyes to find prey. Once they find a victim, they immobilize it with a deadly strike and carry it back to the nest. Workers bring dead beetles and bees into the chamber. The larvae attach and feed straight away. In their underground lair, it's important to be in constant contact with nestmates, both adults and young. The ants' antennae are special organs that help them detect chemicals and are also the touch sensor. They are used to identify friends from foe. Such an important sensory tool needs to be kept in top condition, and ants spend a great deal of time preening their antennae. An ant colony is a finely tuned machine with thousands of workers going about their jobs. And it's their super senses that keep this well-organized metropolis ticking along. Bulldog ants prove that being pocket-sized doesn't mean you're powerless. But there's a beast that ants would prefer not to run into: the antlion. It's not an ant, and definitely not a lion, and although it may not be as big as the king of the jungle, it's no less deadly. They are the larval form of a type of lacewing insect, and they are an ant's worst nightmare. Because antlions build death traps for their unsuspecting prey. They live buried in the sand, where the larvae dig funnel-shaped pitfalls with such efficient construction, it would put an architect to shame. The slope is steep enough to guide prey to their mouths, but shallow enough to avoid avalanches. The trap's sides are set at a perfect angle. When prey falls in, it has no way of getting out. Thanks to the unique wave propagation properties of sand, antlions can make use of the sand-borne vibrations to sense when their prey is near. These vibrations are picked up by sensory hairs on the head and antenna. It seems the antlion's senses are perfectly in tune with its sandlocked life. Deep in the Namib Desert of southern Africa is another predator who detects prey from vibrations carried through the sand. These are sit-and-wait huntsman spiders, and this parched earth is their home. The Namib huntsmen live in burrows that extend diagonally into the dunes. At night, they hunt insects, waiting patiently for the telltale signs of dinner as it crosses the spider's domain. Elongated hairs, called trichobothria, line the antenna-like pedipalps and legs. These sensory hairs are stimulated by air currents and low-frequency vibrations. The spider waits until the subtle tremblings of the sand signals its prey is nearby, then darts out to ambush the victim. During the day, dune spiders escape from the heat of the sun by staying underground, only coming out to repair or construct their lair. It's not easy to dig tunnels in the shifting sands, but the spider succeeds by lining the walls with silk. And it's at this point that the spider is at its most vulnerable. Their archenemy is a pompilid wasp, a parasite with a predilection for laying its eggs inside the spider's body so the hatchlings have fresh and living meat to feed off. But all is not lost because this particular dune huntsman has a nifty escape plan.